Welcome to Meckley Metal. And this week I'm going to be working on this right here. This is a cartridge puller for a Moen, either a tub shower valve or this would be the older style valves. And a coworker had actually asked me to make an extension for this piece. Due to when you have this all the way down, it doesn't quite get that cartridge pulled out of there. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to not just make this piece, but I'm going to make the whole thing. So I had to check the threads, see what thread pitch and what size we were, and it's a 7/8 14 thread. So I'm going to have to single point this on the lathe, so we'll get to see some of that. So this is my raw stock that we're starting, proper measurements and everything, so we'll get that brought down. And I've already done all my pre-measuring and all that, so I have everything is drawn up in the sizes, and let's see if we can't see that. So these are all set up. So in these videos, I'm just doing these videos just so everybody's got questions and stuff, and I show them pictures and kind of try to explain how I do things. I'm not a professional. I've only been doing this for about a year. It's just kind of my hobby. So, but I'm going to get up there, and I think we're going to start at the top here. We're just going to start with making this handle right here. So I'm going to get this chucked up on the lathe and make this handle. So what I'm going to do is I'll just kind of show you the setups and kind of what I'm doing, and not all the machining because the lathe's kind of loud. So, all right. So the 4-jaw chuck I have, this is a piece of 1/2-inch aluminum, and it won't go down small enough to pinch this. Now I can chuck up. I can change the chucks and put a 3-jaw chuck in there, but rather than go through all that, I am going to use a 5C collet, which is what this is, and that's just the style would be 5C, and then a holding block. This does have a little pin set down inside there for this groove that slides in, so that kind of holds the threads, or holds that, so when you're threading it, it doesn't want to turn. So as this tightens up, it's going to draw tight on here. So we'll just tighten it up on the back. And that'll pull nice and tight, hold that in place, so I can do all my machining on here. So then I'll show you this chucked up on the 4-jaw chuck. All right, we've got you set up here. So alright, so we got you set up here. So the first thing I need to do is face this off here, make this flush. This is not perfectly square. So I got to flush this, and then I got a center drill in the center of that because I'm going to have it all the way out, and I have to machine the thickness down this to 0.4. Right now it's 0.5, so that's a 1/2 inch. So we just got to take a 100,000ths off of this. So I'm going to go to it here. Alright, so now we got our center hole. I'm going to set you right in there. Right there. Lock it in. Tighten it up. Lock everything in. Now we can do the machining on here. So when the tool comes in here and pushes on this, this center wasn't here, it would want to push that out, so it would be actually end up cutting less here and more here. So we'd end up with a taper on this. So that's why we want the center. Now we'll be able to do all our machining. We're going to bring this down to 400 thousandths thickness, and then we can part that off, and then we'll drill our dead center hole here accordingly. Okay, so I took 25 thousandths, which would be 25 thousandths per side, so a total of 50 thousandths off. So now we're down to 437. So we need to take another 37 off. So my next cut, I'm going to do I'm going to do 10, so it'll be a total of 20. So. Okay, so that should have been our final pass. So we're going to check this now, see where we're at. So we're at 408 thousandths, which I am going to just clean off probably a little bit more off of there. This is not a major part, it's just the handle. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take some emery cloth, I'm going to clean this up, and I'm going to call that good. Alright, I'm going to bring you in close here, and I'm going to part this off. I'm going to use WD-40 as my lubricant on this. I put this down so when this falls off, we have a little extra cushion. This is aluminum, it can get a little gummy, it likes to grab, so I'm going to make sure I be spraying it with plenty of WD-40, so here we go. Have it. So now I just got to clean up these ends. I'm going to do that on a little lathe, so I'll bring you over there and we'll get these ends chamfered, and then we'll set it up and we'll center drill this, and I'll show you how that is. So, alright, well, we brought you into the little lathe, so we're just going to do the cut this off quick and chamfer it. Make the face cut quick. This one should be a little bit easier as far as this noise. It shouldn't be as loud. First, I'm just going to make a face cut, get rid of basically deburr it. Now we're just going to chamfer the edges here. Don't want any sharp cuts or nothing on the edges, so me grab the file quick. File that off. Alright. I'm going to flip it over and we're going to do the same to the other side. Nice little edge. Alright, now we'll bring it up to the mill and we will center drill our hole. That's got to go right in the center here. So, alright, so I'm going to mark off where the center line is. Now I do have my digital readouts, but I'm going to show you how to do the layout method here. So, I'm going to use this scale with a sharp carbide tip here. That's going to put a mark, and I've put red layout on here. It's actually a crayon layout, but so that we'll be able to see our marks. So, we're going to get down in here. Make sure our surface plate, all that's cleaned off. This first mark here is going to be 197. That's our halfways mark. A little under 400. I actually machined it a little better. So there's our line. I don't know if you can see that very good, but there is a line right there. So that's halfways through there. Now we're going to find halfways for our height. So it's like when I parted off, we were kind of shooting for 4 inches right on there. It's just a handle, so nothing. It's got to be too accurate. So we're going to set this up here. We're going to find out our height is right there's 4, 390, 380, 370, 360, so it's we're 300, 39, 3923 is what we are. So we're going to come in here. .9 2 3 divided by 2. So we're going to be 1961 or 2 right in there. So we're going to bring it right down to 2 inches. Which there is a readout right there. So we're right at 2 inches. We're going to go to 961. So we're going to keep going down. So 9, so this would be 9. I have 6. And look here. About 961. So right there is going to be our. I'm going to lock this in. Then we're just going to come up here and we're going to score this. And that should be our center. So there we go. So there's our dead center. Get that up in there. Mark. So now we're going to center punch this, and then we'll bring this over to the mill machine, and then we will drill the hole accordingly. Alright, so I got you up here on the on my mill machine. So we're sitting in a 5C spin index with a 3-jot chuck on there. This is still loose, and we got our little stirrup wiggler here. So what we're going to do is we're going to find that little dot there that we put in. So we'll get this fired up here. Dead center here. Bring this down in here. We're actually pretty dang close just from eyeball. Socket there. Pretty dang close. Gonna lock you in. Check it again. Yeah, that's right on the going right in there. So we'll set up to drill our hole. Alright, well, I think we're all set for a drill this up here quick. I'm going to drop this. Sorry for the noise, that guy's a little loud. Alright, we're set. We got our center drill in here, and we're going to come in here and we're going to drill this out. We'll scoot you back a little bit. A better angle. We're going to start with our center, and then we'll get this drilled. Up a little faster. Okay. Let's center that sharp maybe. Try the other side. So we're going, our hole size is going to be 3/16, and we got to put our chamfer on there. Okay, so that was our pilot hole. Here's our 3/16. Come in here and finish this off. I'm going to round these edges out. I'm going to deburr it. Looks good there, so now we're going to flip this 360 degrees. Lock it in. And there we go. Alright, so we're all set. So this one here is the actual factory one. So, and then this one here is the one that I actually just got done machining or making. So we got first part of this setup done.